Hello there everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing Stray Kids' recent comeback. This is a video I've been wanting to do ever since Stray Kids announced they were having a comeback, and y'all, I am so excited to do this. I'm going to be dividing this video into different sections where I talk about different things regarding the comeback, and I'll be leaving timestamps in the description so you can skip to whichever parts of the video you want. So please let's get started because I'm so excited. Stray Kids always have their own concept where they follow what they want to do, and their sound is always so distinct, and this comeback was no exception. I thought the theme of cooking was so creative, and I absolutely loved the metaphors and visuals they used for creating something new and exciting. Stray Kids always manage to follow their initial concept of being themselves and doing what they want while also giving us something new, and they never take themselves too seriously, which I love. This concept felt very powerful and innovative, and I just loved it so much that my mind has gone blank and I've suddenly become very bad at explaining things. Just know that I think it was amazing, and Stray Kids have now put Gordon Ramsay out of business. This music video. Oh my good god, the music video was absolutely amazing. The camera angles, settings, the visuals, everything was on point in this music video. Every member got their moments to shine in the video apart from Lee Know, but don't worry lovelies, I'll talk about that more later. I also loved how the video had elements of cooking in it as well, and the part during Changbin's rap at the start where the members were in a kitchen being crackheads has to be my favorite part of the video. This video is easily my favorite one that Stray Kids have released to date, and I genuinely can't stop watching it. At first I thought the choreography was kind of average, but after watching every live stage and the music video about a million times I realized that it was actually really cool. Whoever choreographed the dance knew what they were doing, and every move and transition felt right. The chorus definitely has the best parts of the choreography, but I also really like the floor parts and the pre-chorus parts. Now strap in y'all because I have a lot to say about the outfits this era. They reminded me of Double Knot a lot in the way that they were kind of basic, but after watching the live stages a few times and fancams of all the members, I actually kind of like the outfits. Overall they were nothing to write home about, but they fit the song and the concept well in my opinion, so I'm not really that bothered. But I have to say I did really like that chain thing Shan wore on his face, and Changbin looked like a 5-course meal as always. IN's makeup was phenomenal and he looked so grown up that I actually felt kind of sad because I miss cute baby IN. And Hyunjin's hair. Y'all, Hyunjin's hair was gorgeous and I will treasure long-haired Hyunjin forever. I think those yellow outfits were by far the best ones out of all the outfits because they stood out a lot more against the background and backup dancers, and Shan looked amazing in those yellow trousers. For me the live stages weren't really anything special. I know it's due to COVID that they can't have an audience, but I could definitely tell the atmosphere was off and the boys probably missed not being able to perform in front of an audience. They were still unbelievably powerful, and I can only imagine how much better it would be if they could perform in front of an audience. But I do have to say those backgrounds were kind of shit. The only one that looked good to me was the one on KBS. But I'm honestly such a slut for anything Stray Kids put out, so I'll gladly take all of those live stages, thank you very much. This song is amazing and no one can change my mind. I normally hate every song I hear for the first time, but as soon as I heard Changbin's voice at the beginning I knew I loved it. This song might have overtaken I Am You as my favorite Stray Kids title track, which is saying something because I would die to live through the I Am You era again. Everything felt right in this song and I wouldn't change the placement of any of the rap or vocal parts. But the line distribution. Not gonna lie, I was very disappointed in the line distribution for this song. Lee Know didn't really get any proper lines, which didn't seem fair to me since Chan and Seungmin got 22 seconds of lines each while Lee Know only got random noises. I really think he could have gotten some of Jisung's lines or even Chan's or Changbin's, because this could have been a really good era for Lee Know if he got proper lines. But other than that the line distribution was relatively fair and Felix's lines outsold. This song is probably the only one on the album that I don't have on my playlist. Stray Kids intro songs usually don't do very much and Go Live wasn't really any different. But the I Know, You Know, We Know, Lee Know part was pretty awesome, and Stay will never stop talking about it. Overall I'd give this song a 4 out of 10. Easy reminds me of a cross between Runner's High and Matro Shika, and it's honestly pretty good. The rap verses are really good and Lino and IN especially stand out in this song. It's nothing amazing but typically above average, so I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Pacemaker is by far my favorite song on this album. The beat is so easy to just bop your head to and the chorus is so catchy, and Chan and IN killed this song. Seriously, IN pretty much owned this whole album and his chorus in Pacemaker is probably my favorite thing in the world right now. I literally cannot fault this song on anything, so I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. The more I listen to Airplane, the more I love it. I'm so glad that Lino got the chance to get more lines because this song suits his vocals so much and it's just such a refreshing song. It's so lighthearted and easy to listen to, so I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10. Another Day is such a beautiful song. It's so relaxing and the vocals in this song are absolutely beautiful. The lyrics remind me of Zombie by Day 6 and a calmer version of Chronosaurus, which you all know is my favorite Stray Kids song, so obviously I'm gonna love Another Day. However, and you guys will probably disagree with me on this, but Felix's verse kind of ruined the song for me. I'm all for Felix's deep voice, but for me the song really didn't need it. I know that's just Felix's voice and they have to give every member lines, but it just made me feel kind of off about the song. But this song still calms my soul, so I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. This song fills me with so many emotions and it gives me serious I Am You vibes, which always makes me cry. It has the perfect balance between hard-hitting rap verses and soft vocal moments, and the pre-chorus especially just makes me want to cry because it's so perfect. The bridge is amazing and Jisung's high notes never fail to amaze me no matter how many times I hear him sing. Phobia is such a gorgeous song, so I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I know a lot of people hyped up Blueprint, but it honestly doesn't really do much for me. I could tell from the Unveil track that it wouldn't be my favorite, but it's still a good song. It's refreshing and easy to listen to, and Lino and Soonmin especially shone in this song, but the chorus just felt a bit underwhelming. There were also some parts which felt too intense for the aura of the song, but it's still good, so I'll give it a 7 out of 10. This song reminds me so much of Yo 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 and Mixtape / I Am Not era Stray Kids. It's not really my kind of song and is a bit too intense for my liking right now, but it's a good song to get hyped to. Like, you know, when you're angry, so you listen to fast-paced and aggressive songs to let your anger out. Tar would be that song for me. It also kind of reminds me of a Mortal Kombat soundtrack, so I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. Haven is such a carefree and refreshing song and reminds me a lot of Astronaut. I feel like it was the perfect song to end the album on, and for me it will be a song that always makes me feel nostalgic. It's a really pretty and dreamy song, and so I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. Let's start with Bang Chan. The thing with Chan is that I always forget he's there until he has a part to sing or rap. But something felt different about Chan this era in a really good way. His stage presence is really good and you can tell he's trying with his facial expressions, and he actually stands out quite well to me. And let's just talk about his vocals because I really don't talk about them much, but oh man, does Bang Chan have some talent. I'm still unsure of whether he was harmonizing with Jisung during the pre-chorus or if he was harmonizing with himself like he did during I Am You, but that pre-chorus always sends chills down my spine. I completely understand now why Chan was so excited for this album to drop, because he's in the top half for members who owned this era in my opinion. Y'all know I'm about to go off on a rant about Lino because he should have been up there in the top half of members who owned this era, but he was robbed so blatantly here. When I watched the first teaser that JYP released, I really thought that this would be Lino's era with his orange hair, and I was so excited for him to bias wreck me, but no. The only lines he got were random noises and they were drowned in auto-tune, and at first I didn't really notice, but when I did notice I was really pissed off. I mentioned this earlier in the video, but I really think he could have gotten some of the other members' lines because the lines he did get just weren't fair. And in the music video every member got a solo shot apart from Lino, and when we were watching Stray Kids' reaction to the video, my best friend and I noticed how upset he looked throughout the whole video because we could tell he was waiting for his solo shot but he didn't get one. If he got more lines then I wouldn't have minded the lack of screen time. Or if it was like on track where he got loads of screen time and not many lines, I wouldn't have minded that either. But giving him neither just isn't fair, and if that doesn't change in the next comeback then I'll be coming for JYP, watch me. His power and stage presence are still one of the best I've seen, and I just want to hug him and tell him he's doing well and that Stay will always support him, because I feel like he's not up to his best in this era. But he absolutely outsold in the B-sides, and I'm glad that he got more lines in the other songs at least. Changbin has improved so much in everything this era. His stage presence was off the charts and he had so much passion and enthusiasm in the live performances. I'm always so excited to hear and see Changbin in new songs because he gives so much every time, and I was not disappointed with him this era. His rap verses were just amazing and he always works so hard, and I just love him so much. So Changbin for world domination. Y'all were waiting for me to talk about Hyunjin, don't lie. There's so much I have to say about Hwang Hyunjin, so if this section seems all over the place, it's because I haven't had a coherent thought since the first teaser came out and we saw his long hair. It's a no-brainer that this was 100% Hyunjin's era. I've watched so many Hyunjin fancams because his stage presence and facial expressions are godly, and no one in the world can even come close. This boy has worked so hard to get where he is, and it really shows with how well he performs and how much effort he puts into it. And obviously I have to talk about his hair. Hyunjin with long hair was something I didn't know I needed until I saw that first teaser, and I'm telling y'all I will always remember this look on Hyunjin. Although I was a bit disappointed with his lines in God's Menu and the rest of the album, since he didn't really stand out to me much in the B-sides, but that's probably just me. Hyunjin definitely owned this era and y'all are tripping if you think he didn't. Okay, but Jisung also absolutely killed this era too. His charisma and presence are always unmatched and he's just so powerful in everything he does. His first rap was just so good and he looked so good in the music video and the live performances. I feel as though he never takes himself too seriously, which is kind of hot actually, hahaha. But Jisung does the best in these kinds of concepts because he's so energetic and he always puts his all into making sure he does well, and I feel like he loves performing in these kinds of concepts. Felix is honestly so powerful, I don't know how he does it. His facial expressions aren't obvious and out there like Hyunjin's, but he just has that natural performance face that's kind of intimidating. Whenever Felix becomes the center, it's like the whole world stops and it's just Felix. That's the kind of power he has. He stands out without having to do much, and it's really hard to explain how he does it, but he just does. And he does that in every era. Not to mention he looked amazing with his silver hair, and I just love his outfits and everything about Felix. Kim Seungmin. He's improved so much in everything, and I started feeling so emotional while watching his fancams because he's putting in so much effort this era and it's paying off 100%. His dancing has improved so much and his facials are really starting to develop, and I'm just so proud of him. He shone the whole album and I really believe he's having more opportunities to showcase his vocals, which I love to see because he is so much more talented than people think, and I love him. I think he's starting to get more confident in music videos and in live performances, and that warms my heart because he's my baby and I love him and I just wanna hug him, and oh my god guys, help me. The only negative thing I have to say is that I'm so disappointed we didn't get to see Seungmin's forehead in the music video after being teased with those godly pictures, because I freaked out so much over those pictures. But overall I'm so proud of Seungmin and he's doing so well, and this era was such a good one for him. Now I know I'm the only one who thinks this because I've been in the comments of IN fancams and no one is saying this, so here we go. I feel like IN was done dirty with his lines this era. Because his lines were heavily auto-tuned to go with the concept of the song. It made them a lot harder to hit in live performances, and it just feels so unfair to me when he sings them live. IN already struggles with his confidence and it's no doubt that he's improving, but I just wish he would get lines in his vocal range without all that auto-tune because he's honestly so talented. At least he got more of a chance to sing in his vocal range in the B-sides, and at least he looked amazing in the live stages. But he better stop working out, otherwise we're gonna be having problems here because IN's arms should not be allowed to look like that. Anyway y'all, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed and that you're all staying safe and that you're all streaming God's Menu. Comment what you guys think about God's Menu below and have a good day/night.